Hi, this is Jason Hodge, Medical Fitness Pros, and I want to talk to you real briefly about something called EDS. We actually just had a support group meeting here and had a lot of different people with EDS. And so what I want to do is I want to introduce you to Melvin. He's actually the one that organizes the Katie group out here. Get him to tell you a little bit more about what it is and what it means and kind of how it affects people. And then I'll come back and give you a little more information about how we work with the condition and how we actually will do exercises related to it. So I'm going to flip it around here in a second and let's see. Hi Shelby, thanks everybody for joining in. All right, hang on one second, I'll flip it around. Let's talk to Melvin here. Melvin, there you are, how's it going?
Hi, great. So
tell us a little bit about what EDS stands for and what it is and how it affects people.
EDS is Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. It is a disease discovered maybe about 100 years ago. It's existed forever, but it wasn't medically understood. What it is really is that collagen in your body is too stretchy, and collagen is not supposed to be stretchy, but for us it is, and that allows our joints to move way more than other people's joints. So what is made out of collagen is your ligaments and your tendons, which people probably know, and ligaments and tendons stop your joints from dislocating. Our joints dislocate all the time doing the simplest little things, and so it's hard for us to like walk and stand and do just normal everyday activities, climb stairs. We live in pain our entire lives. For us that's just normal, and as a result it's hard we actually need a lot of exercise. Unfortunately, because of our joints, most people with EDS don't exercise because they are in pain, but that is unfortunate because the best treatment is actually exercise. But the key is to know how to do exercise without damaging your joints, and most trainers and doctors are so poorly trained in the subject that they give us very poor training, which just makes us worse. So I talked to Jason and he had a lot of good ideas, and I've had some great conversations. There's a number of people from my group who come here as clients, and they really enjoy the place.
So you say basically hypermobility is a thing. So what is hypermobility? What is that?
Hypermobility. So let's say what is mobility? Mobility is just the ability to move joints. So if you have two bones that are connected to each other, like my arm bone and my shoulder, well, they move. So this is a joint because that's what lets me move. And there is a certain, for every joint, there's a certain amount it's supposed to move and it's not supposed to move. My finger is supposed to go to here and it is not supposed to go to here.
Woo.
Right? So that is hypermobility. My elbow is supposed to go to here. It is not supposed to go to here. That is hypermobility. So every single joint in my body, for a normal person, your body stops you when you're supposed to stop. And you don't have to think about it. You get it for free. You just, you were born that way. So you don't realize what a privilege it is. For us, we have to know when to stop because a joint won't stop us. It won't stop any of my joints from going too far, and we can hurt ourselves. To start out with, people think it's really cool. Well, it's not cool. If it was cool, everyone would be able to do it. There's a reason why the body doesn't let you do it. It's because it's a really bad idea. So we have to learn how to not do it, and because my body won't stop me, I've got to learn to make my muscles stronger so my muscles stop me from doing it. So that's a lot of what exercise. So the opposite of hypermobility just is hypomobility, which is too little motion. So instead of moving up to here, my shoulder, elbow only went up to there. I've lost some motion. And most people in the world come to exercise and therapy because they have lost some motion. They have hypomobility, and unfortunately most of the people treat hypomobility. People come to someone like Jason and say, hey, I need to stretch some more. People like us come to someone like Jason and say, hey, I stretch way too much. I need to stretch a little less. Can you help me with that? So we have the opposite problem.
Yeah, a lot of people think, well, it's great flexibility, so everything must be really cool. But obviously there's, with everything like that, what may be good isn't always good. It appears to be good because you don't have that problem.
So the simple way of thinking about it is, this is really good. This is a problem, but this is also a problem.
Yeah.
So what is good is having normal mobility. Having more than normal is not good.
Yeah. So tell us, those that are watching, about the support group, how they can get in touch with you, where they can find more information.
So we have a Facebook support page. If you think you may have a hypermobility condition, you just want to talk about it, Jason will tag me with this post. I'm sure you can find me from there. You can talk about it. It is estimated that of all the people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome in America, for example, at most 10% are diagnosed, 10 or 20%. The great majority, all they know is their body works really weird, and their whole lives their doctors have not been able to explain what's going on, and they've not found the right doctor. So if you're even interested in talking about it, feel free to contact me, and I can show you resources and ways to tell if this does or doesn't apply to you.
Right.
But one way you can tell is if you have just one joint that's flexible, it may not. If you have a whole bunch of joints that are flexible and you've had weird things, you've been in pain a long time and no one can explain why, and you can't do normal things with your joint, you can't lift a normal thing, it's hard to open a door, it's hard to climb a staircase since you were a child, this is one possible explanation. But you look at me, I look completely normal. One reason people with Ehlers-Danlos are not diagnosed is a doctor, without even looking at, without checking us out, just looks at us and says, "Oh, you look completely normal, so I don't need to check you out." If you look completely normal, but you know that you are not, that tells you that there's something you might want to check out.
Very good. And so, Adele, I think you're actually tuning in, watching everything. So, if you get a chance, I'd love for you to maybe tag the support group for them or something.
Yes,
so anything would be great. So we'll make sure there's a link to everything for the support group, so that if you think there may be an issue with where you may have a lot of hypermobility and you're interested in learning more information, you can get in touch with them. So not every hypermobility issue is EDS, but maybe you have it, you don't realize that there's a condition.
Yes. So, but one thing I will say is, if you have a hypermobility issue that is not EDS, the treatment will be somewhat similar to EDS in many cases. So it still is worth looking at the treatment.
Yeah. Say hi, Adele. She's actually...
Hi, Adele.
Said hi, guys. So, yeah, definitely, I think, it's around. So, definitely what he's saying. I mean, a lot of hypermobility is still treated the same way, and you gotta pay very close attention to how it's worked. You gotta be careful not to overextend and not to, even though you may not realize what that is, staying within the right range of motion is extremely important. And it's not that you can't do some regular exercises. It's understanding what those regular exercises are and how they're done properly, so that you don't get hurt, so you don't hyperextend the joints too much. And I have to admit, this is something new we've started working with different clients, and it's been really interesting to help them out. And I'm learning a lot from Melvin and others that have gone through this, because they have to spend time researching what's going on with their own condition, so they know how to keep themselves safe and healthy and not have too much joint pain and everything else. So it's been great for me as well to be able to work with them and learn different ways we can help out. And to be able to find a group of people that are going through the same thing and see them work together is extremely important. We like to see that with all kinds of different conditions. We think if people with diabetes work together, they're going to help each other. If people have high blood pressure or back pain or knee replacements, when you create that community with other people who are going through the same thing, it helps you because you learn from each other and you can support each other. So if you have a group of, if it's breast cancer or if it's joint replacements or whatever, we would love to host y'all and help you out and find ways to get you connected with other people going through the same thing. So we're hoping to hopefully we'll get a group going, an exercise group going for everyone with EDS, and have them working out together and use it for support, because they're not alone, and it is important for them to do some strength training. And so we'll see how that comes together. And if you share this, anybody that's watching this is welcome to jump in on this. And but I want to tell you a little bit about a condition you may not realize and may not know about. And there's a lot of things out there that people are going through you don't realize, and they look perfectly normal, but yet they're having joint pain all the time. And we look at them and we judge them based on what we see. We see them, we think, well, their life is perfect. They're very flexible, or they're very lean, or whatever it may be. And we may not realize how much joint pain they're dealing with on a daily basis, and how many restrictions they have, or how it makes them feel as they do things. So it's important not to just look at someone and judge them based on what you think they're dealing with versus what you are, because they may be going through more or something totally different or the same thing as you. So I'm hoping we can help others out with that and really support them. So thanks again. If you want to say anything.
Hey, thanks everyone.
So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll make sure we tag him on the video here in a little bit. Adele sitting in invisible wheelchairs. Very good. That's a good line for it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it, and we'll be back with another Facebook Live post probably next week. And we'll make sure that if you look in the comments, there's all the different links for everything you need. So thanks a lot, y'all. Appreciate it.